They found Baba Iji sitting alone in his mansion, surrounded by bags of rice, baskets of yams, and bottles of palm oil. His skin clung to his bones like an old wrapper, his belly sunken, his eyes wide with hunger. The richest man in the village, starving in the middle of his own food. Hi guys, Zoe Media. Please like, share, and subscribe. No one could understand it. How could a man who owned everything have nothing? But the villagers knew one thing: this was not an ordinary death. Babaiji wasn't always rich. He was once like any other farmer in Aderin village, just another man waking up before the sun, sweating in the fields, hoping for rain. He lived in a small mud house with his wife and son, planting yams, maize, and cassava like every other man in the village. But unlike the others, Babaiji had a different way of thinking. He never believed in sharing, never believed in kindness. While others helped each other during tough times, he only thought of himself. One season, the land blessed him. His farm produced more yams than anyone had ever seen. While others sold their harvest at fair prices, Babaiji hoarded his. Then came the famine. For months, the sky refused to cry. The earth cracked. The rivers shrank, and hunger became the new ruler of Aderin. Children cried into the night, their bellies swollen with emptiness. Women begged for just one cup of rice. Men swallowed their pride and knocked on Babaiji's gate. Babaiji saw this was his opportunity. "This is business," he said. "If you can't pay, you can't eat." He sold a single yam for the price of 10. People cursed him, but he didn't care. With time, his wealth grew. His barns overflowed with food, his pockets heavy with gold. He bought more land, more farms, and hired workers who toiled from dawn to dusk. He paid them little, making sure they could never rise above him. The village elders warned him, e.g., wealth is like fire. Warm yourself, but don't let it burn you. But he only laughed. A poor man's proverb, he said. His wealth became his god, and soon he was the most powerful man in Aderin. One day, a young boy named Toby arrived at Babaiji's farm. He was no older than 13, thin like a broken branch. His mother was sick, his father was dead. "Baba, I want to work," he said. "I don't want money, just food." Babaiji looked him over. The boy was small, but hunger makes people strong. "Fine," he said, "but you will eat after the work is done." Toby worked harder than any of Babaiji's men. He weeded the fields, carried heavy baskets, and never complained. The sun burned his back, his feet cracked from the dry soil, but he never stopped. Every night when it was time to eat, Babaiji found a reason to send him away. "You missed a spot in the field. You walked too slow today. You didn't greet me properly this morning." Excuses. Toby never ate, but he never left. He worked and worked, his ribs showing through his skin. Then one night, the rains returned. It was the heaviest storm Aderin had seen in years. Thunder roared, shaking the earth. The wind howled, bending trees, lifting rooftops. But inside Babaiji's house, all was silent. Babaiji sat alone, counting his gold, smiling to himself. The famine had made him richer. With the rains, new crops would grow and he would buy more land. Then he heard it, a whisper. "You eat, but you do not feed." Babaiji turned sharply. No one was there. "You have taken, but you will not give." His chest tightened. His hands trembled. The room was suddenly cold, even though the air outside was hot and thick. Another flash of lightning. Outside, he saw something. Toby, standing in the rain, his eyes empty, just staring. Then he was gone. Babaiji could not sleep. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard the whisper. It crawled under his skin, into his bones, into his belly. The next morning, he woke up feeling strange. His stomach twisted. A deep hunger clawed at his insides. He went to his kitchen, grabbing a tuber of yam, but the moment he touched it, his stomach turned. He felt sick. He tried eating rice, he vomited. Palm oil, his throat burned. Meat, the teeth couldn't chew. His body rejected everything. Day after day, the hunger grew, but no matter how much food surrounded him, he could not eat. His servants noticed. They whispered behind his back, "Have you seen him? He's shrinking. His eyes, they look like they are begging." His once strong body became weak. His fine clothes hung loosely on his frame. He sat among his wealth, surrounded by food, but unable to eat. At night, the whispers returned. "You ate, but you did not feed." He tried to fight it. He tried to force food down his throat, but his body refused. He watched his hands shake as he reached for a bowl of pounded yam. But as soon as it touched his tongue, his stomach twisted in pain. He screamed. He wept, but no one pitied him. He tried to pay his servants to bring in the best healers, the most powerful priests, but they all said the same thing: "This is not an illness, this is a curse." His barns rotted, his farms dried up, and his house became a ghost house. He withered away, his wealth useless to him. By the time the villagers found him, he was nothing but skin and bone, his hands frozen in the air as if still trying to grasp the food he could never eat. By morning, he was dead. Nobody fought over his wealth. Nobody took his land. His house stood empty, abandoned, left to decay. And whenever children passed by, their mothers would whisper, "Do you see that house? That is where the man who ate his own wealth died."